So, Japanese players get gems instead of legacy tickets for answering surveys. So, for those of you who have not been logging into the game, lucky you, there is a survey currently in game that you can fill out for feedback on Duel like you normally do. And then if you fill out that survey, you get 10 legacy packs, I think. Now, if you just go into the settings of Duel, change your client language to Japanese, which works for obviously the Japanese player, but you can also do it if you want. They get 20 gems. If your client is in a different language, you get a different reward for the exact same thing. Now, from what I understand, the survey is slightly different. I don't think it's word for word the exact same. I think the TCG one has, or not TCG, the English one or whatever, non-Japanese one has different questions. Because I think there's some questions pertaining to like other card games and stuff in the Japanese one. I'm not sure. I think it asks about Pokemon, maybe. I could be making that up. I feel like someone in my Discord mentioned that. But basically, a little bit of susness here is the fact that they get gems, we get legacy packs. Now, it's only 20 gems. Obviously, that's like nothing. That's not even... That's 20% of one pack. So that's like basically nothing. But it is weird. Like, that is weird. Like, why is there a difference? Why do they get something more tangible? 20 gems is nothing, but it's more valuable than legacy packs. For those of you who play Duel, legacy packs are irrelevant. Like, completely irrelevant. Like, literally nothing good in there. And you get, like, thousands of them over the course of just, like, a season. Why would they do this? The only thing that comes to mind is they want more engagement from Japanese players, since probably it's their core base and they want the surveys to skew their way. The Japanese questions, I think, are actually, and someone I think in chat did confirm that they have more questions in there. Like, they ask about Pokemon Pocket and playtimes and Magic and stuff like that, so they probably want more data. So, as we saw from the revenue share, we saw that in terms of profits, in terms of hundreds of millions of yen, the profits at the end of December 31st, 2024 was like 200 million yen plus for the Japanese region. US was like 50,000 million yen,
Brazil!
which is, you know, about 25% the size of Japan. So Japan is basically the biggest domain for Yu-Gi-Oh! Naturally, unshockingly. So they want better data to improve their primary market. I guess that sort of makes sense. So they're incentivizing them with gems instead of just legacy packs for us. But still, this obviously naturally brings in some questions and some raised eyebrows like, racism? Racism! You know? They probably don't want to bother trying to read English responses when most of them are Japanese, so they just ignore most of the feedback other than Japanese. Seems kind of BM, even though it's only 20 gems. I guess nobody would know unless it was posted. I guess it asks for more info, though, like spending habits, as posted below. Yeah, so it asks about their spending habits. They also ask about your playtime spending habits, what our competitors do you play, which they don't in the Western surveys. There you go, that's confirmed there. Mention another thread that you can change your in-game language to Japanese, and you can do the survey again to get the 20 gems. I tried it, and it works. Keep in mind how to change it back to English, because the menu will be in Japanese afterwards. Yeah, forgetting how to change the language back, because you can't read it is very funny. That's Nev Guy! Shout out wow, he doesn't just post memes. A man of many talents. 50 surveys later, Japanese players will be a 10-pack pull ahead of us. So, this is very true. Only 49 more surveys to go, and the Japanese player base will have 10 more packs than the West. That's a clear competitive advantage that's going to be relevant at the World Championship, okay? We've got EU and NA both winning a World Championship each. Japan hasn't won a World Championship for Duel yet. But listen, 49 more surveys, they are technically going to be ahead. So yeah, anyway, that's the drama there. That's the whole what the hell is going on with the survey situation. But yeah, Japan gets more gems than us. And I suppose also important to note the context, but yep, survey drama.